Good afternoon and welcome to West Aurora High School in what is sure to be a wild varsity baseball game here today as the Blackhawks play host to the Plainfield Central Wildcats. Alongside my partner today, Jesus Mauricio, my name is Aaron Shellen, and it's pretty crazy out here today. We have gusts of up to 60, that's right, 60 miles per hour here at West Aurora. The wind is right now, it's blown out to right, but it's been blowing straight out to center field most of the afternoon. So get ready for some fireworks. Every fly ball is going to be an adventure here this afternoon. Plainfield Central comes in with a mark of 11-3 on the season. They have, however, lost their last two games, while on the other side, the Blackhawks come in 5-4, winners of 2 in a row and 3 of 4, and they will send to the mound today Nathan Toma. Nathan 0-1 on the year, making his second start of the year, his 6th appearance overall. 5 1/3 innings, he's given up 12 hits, 9 runs, walked 5, and struck out 7 in those 5 1/3 innings. And we'll give you the Plainfield Central lineup here right after first pitch. That first pitch is hit high in the air out to center field. Over for it goes Kelly Roney, and he's able to make that catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. It's a nice job out there in center by Kelly, battling that wind, which is now blowing straight in from center field. It had been blowing straight out. Now it's blowing straight in. At any rate, that lineup for Plainfield Central today, Caleb Koberly will bat leadoff and play center. Tanner Wagnon bats second and plays left field. Taylor Kujak bats third and plays third. In the cleanup spot is Kenny Ospalik playing right field. Nate Conrad is the designated hitter, batting fifth. Colin Bailey will play first and bat sixth. Chris Suchowski will bat seventh and play catcher. That ball's hit to center field, and a nice running catch in by Austin Pierce. Again, that wind knocked that ball down, and Austin out and left had to come in and make the running catch 2 away. Chris Suchowski batting seventh and doing the catching. Cam Velasquez is the shortstop, batting eighth, and Philip Carlton will play second and bat ninth. So 2 fly ball outs here against Nathan Toma in the first, and Taylor Kujak will step in, the third baseman. Takes that pitch over for a strike, 0-1. Toma was 7 strikeouts in his 5 1/3 innings. Now that wind is again blowing straight out to center field. The 0-1. That one is outside for a ball. And otherwise, other than the 60-mile-an-hour gusts, Jesus, it's a pretty comfortable day. Like the sun is, shining down behind us. It feels comfortable, but that wind is just crazy, crazy strong here this afternoon. That one catches the corner, 1-2.
I mean, yeah, being by the lake, Chicagoland, you never know what you're going to get in the spring, and it's just one of those crazy days.
It really is. We've had all sorts of weather this week here at West Aurora. Rain, sun, breaking pitch stays upstairs, fouled off the plate by Kujak. On Monday, it was 60 degrees and sunny. And Tuesday, you and I had the girls' softball game, and we had sort of a sign of what was to come today, as we had a lot of wind on Tuesday, but that's nothing compared to what we're dealing with today, as Toma puts that one upstairs for a ball. 2-2 on the number 3 hitter, Taylor Kujak. So 2 fly ball outs here. Catches made out in left and center by Austin Pierce and Kelly Roney. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, 3-2 blocked by Ben Wisniewski. Defensively for the Blackhawks, third to first today, Colin Tarr, Ryan Needswidge, Joe Pokrifke, and Ethan Weaver over at first. And in the outfield, the aforementioned Austin Pierce, Kelly Roney, and Brock Bietis out in right. Here comes the payoff pitch. That one misses low for a ball, and Kujak will go down to first. First walk of the game here for Toma, first base runner for the Wildcats, comes with 2 outs in the first, and that will bring up the cleanup man, the right fielder, Kenny Ospalik. So again, Plainfield Central comes in 11-3, but they have lost 2 out of their. They've lost their last 2. So a bit of a rough patch here for the Wildcats as they come to take on the Blackhawks here this afternoon. First pitch from Toma is a breaking pitch that stays inside for a ball. Now, right field is really, I think that's the field that's going to have the single biggest issue, because not only are they dealing with the wind, but they're also dealing with that setting sun, which right now it's a very bright sun. So you're dealing with the sun and the wind out there in right field.
Yeah, not going to be an easy task for anyone defensively. And I feel like for Toma, you might have to go a different route with the breaking balls, especially with the wind.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to keep those breaking pitches, as that pitch is swung on and missed by Ospalik for a strike 2-1. It's going to be hard to put those breaking pitches exactly where you want them to go with this wind. But in this type of weather, your best serve keeping the ball down, and the easiest way to do that is with those breaking pitches. So we'll see what happens here for Toma, who's behind in the count 2-1. Got the first two batters on flyouts. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-2. Caleb Coberly swung at the first pitch, flew out to center. Tanner Wagner flew out to left. A nice running catch by Austin Pierce, and then Taylor Kujak walked. 2 outs here in the first. Count is 2-2 on Ospalik. See if Toma can end the inning right here. 2-2. There goes the runner. That ball's grounded into the hole, into left field. That's going to get through for a base hit. Stopping at second will be Kujak, and Ospalik will go down to first with the first hit of the game for Plainfield Central. A 2-out single in the first, and that'll bring up the designated hitter today, Nate Conrad. You can see umpire already lost his hat. Joe Pokrifke doing it all over there on the field, bringing the umpire his hat. So leadoff man and Mr. Do-It-All for the Blackhawks. A fan of umpires as well, apparently.
Yeah, I got a feeling we're going to see a lot of hat chasing today.
He could have just let the hat blow into the outfield and forced the umpire to go chase it down, but no. Joe does the right thing there.
He's got to get the calls on his side.
Yeah, that's right. Get the umpire on your side early. First pitch to the cleanup, to the number 5 hitter. Conrad is lined up the middle, off the hand of Pokrifke into center field. Coming in from third to score will be Kujak, and Plainfield Central takes a 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Nate Conrad. So Conrad bounced that ball up the middle. Joey Pokrifke got his hand on that, but not able to knock it down and keep that runner home at keep that runner from scoring from third. So in from third comes Kujak, Ospalik down to second, Conrad over to first, and Colin Bailey, the first baseman, stepping in now. 2 on, 2 outs, and Plainfield Central with a 1-0 lead. Here's a breaking pitch that catches the outside edge for a strike. Toma comes set. Checks the runner at second. Comes home with it. Another breaking pitch blocked there by Wisniewski for a ball.
Aaron, I think going back on that last play, you mentioned keeping the ball down low. I think when it comes to, the shortstop, it's something that he would want to get back, but, it's only 1 run. It's not the worst.
Yeah, I mean, it's early, and you got a long way to go here. There's a fastball outside. I think if you're Nathan Toma, it's, again, you can live with the base hits. You don't want to be walking batters and creating your own trouble. And he walked Taylor Kujak with 2 outs in the first, gave up back-to-back singles, and here we are, 2-1 on Bailey. There's a breaking pitch that stays low for a ball, 3-1. So he's fallen behind Bailey here. So set the first 2 men down with relative ease, a couple of pop-outs, but the last 3 batters have reached a walk, a couple of singles, and now Bailey's ahead in the count, 3-1. Chris Suchowski will bat next, the catcher for Plainfield Central. Here comes the 3-1. Foul tipped into the mitt of Wisniewski for a strike. Count goes full, so the runners will be off here with the 3-2 pitch and 2 outs in the top of the first. 1-0. Plainfield Central has the early lead. Toma gets the signal from Wisniewski. He's set. Holds the glove high. Payoff pitch. And called strike 3, and that retires the side. Plainfield Central picks up a run. We head to the bottom of the first. Wildcats 1, Blackhawks coming up. Bottom of the first inning, Blackhawks trail 1-0 on the mound for Plainfield Central here this afternoon is the lefty, Josh Stratton. And this is the lineup he will face for West Aurora this afternoon, batting leadoff and playing second base, Joey Pokrifke. In the number 2 hole, the center fielder, Kelly Roney. Batting third and playing shortstop today, Ryan Needswidge. The cleanup hitter is the catcher, Ben Wisniewski. Ethan Weaver bats fifth and plays first. Colin Tarr plays third base today, batting sixth. Matt Vincent is the designated hitter, batting seventh. Brock Beatis will bat eighth and play right field. And Austin Pierce in the number 9 hole, playing left field. Ground ball to the shortstop, and Pokrifke is away. 1 out here in the top of the first inning. And that will bring up the center fielder, Kelly Roney. Kelly, 323 on the early season, 10 for his first 31, has a home run and 8 runs knocked in. A team leading 8 runs knocked in for the number 2 hitter, Roney. So Blackhawks looking to get in the run column here as they trail 1-0. Roney swings over the top of that off-speed pitch, falls behind in the count, and 0-1. Check swing over to the third baseman, Kujak. Sidearm throw over to first. It's bobbled over there by the first baseman, Bailey, and Roney will be safe on the E5 as that low throw sort of handcuffed the first baseman, Bailey, a little bit. And the Blackhawks have their first base runner here with 1 out in the first.
I mean, a long throw from across the diamond like that on a windy day like today, you're going to have to put some extra muscle into it.
Yep, stepping in now, the shortstop, Ryan Needswidge. Ryan, 4 for 10 on the season with 3 doubles and 3 runs knocked in. Back in action for the first time in a while in the Blackhawks' 9-4 victory last time out. Had a couple of doubles in that one, so a lefty-on-lefty matchup here. Needswidge against Josh Stratton. 0-1 now on the Blackhawks shortstop. That one's in there for a strike as well, 0-2.
That one was dotted by Stratton.
Yeah, he put that right where he wanted to, low and inside corner. So Ryan behind in the count here, 0-2. Kelly Roney at first reached on an error. Fouls that one back. Lost that one. No, it went over here to our right, but lost it in the sun, as they say. 0-2. Still the count on Needswidge. Ben Wisniewski stands in the on-deck circle for the Blackhawks. 1-2's lined into left field. That's going to get down for a hit. Roney's going to stop at second, and the Blackhawks come right back here in the bottom of the first to get 2 on with 1 out, and Ben Wisniewski steps in. Ben, it's 333 for the season, 7 for 21 with 6 runs knocked in. And Ben just announced yesterday that he's going to be playing baseball at Milwaukee area tech school in the fall, playing baseball up there. So congratulations to Ben, playing baseball up in Milwaukee.
That's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, Blackhawks had a lot of their student athletes announce where they would be attending their colleges yesterday. So if you follow them on Twitter, which I imagine most of you do, I'm sure you saw pictures of all of the student athletes in all the various sports as that pitch is in the dirt, blocked by the backstop. Suchowski, count is 2-0 on the big lefty, Wisniewski. Runner at second is Kelly Roney. He reached on an error. Runner at first is Ryan Needswidge. He had a single. Wisniewski ahead in the count, 2-0. And you just feel like if Ben can get one up into this breeze, he can hit the ball a long way. Breaking pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1.
Especially for a powerhouse lefty like he is, it's like almost crafted for him today.
Yeah, that wind now is blowing straight out to right field. It's blowing left to right. Then I look back over at it, it's blowing straight out to center, and then it's blowing in, and then it's blowing in our faces. So don't take my word for it. Just know the wind's blowing really hard all over the place. Grounded in the hole, shortstop ranges to his right off his glove, and that will be an infield hit for Wisniewski. I believe they're going to give him a hit for that. We'll see what the Yep, they are going to rule that a hit. So the Blackhawks load the bases here with 1 out in the first, and the first baseman, Ethan Weaver, stepping in. Ethan, 7 for 27, a 259 average here, 7 runs knocked in the Blackhawks' first 9 games, and a golden opportunity for West Aurora to jump out in front. As Plainfield Central scored a run in the top of the first, Blackhawks have loaded the bases here with 1 out in the bottom of the inning. First pitch to Weaver is outside for a ball, 1-0. Weaver, a big kid in that right batter's box. Number 5.
He can hit too. I mean, this is a perfect setup for a rally here.
Pitch is low for a ball, 1-1. Or 2-0, I guess. 2-0, excuse me. 2-0. Yeah, just get something into the outfield. With the bases, ultimately, you want to get that runner home with less than 2 outs. So a ground ball to a middle infielder, fly ball to the outfield, just something to get that run home. Obviously, if you can get something down, that's obviously preferred. But no strikeouts, no pop outs, something like that. So get the ball, have a productive out. If you're forced to make an out, make it productive. We'll see what Ethan has in his bag of tricks here with the count 2-1. Colin Tarr stands in the on-deck circle for the Blackhawks. Stratton with the 2-1 pitch. That one's grounded to the shortstop. Over to second, on to first, and Weaver beats that out. It's a good hustle down the first base line by Ethan, and that hustle picks him up an RBI as Kelly Roney comes in from third to score. Over to third goes Needswidge, and the Blackhawks have tied this one at 1.
I mean, just like you ordered it, Aaron, on the ground, and Blackhawks are tied 1-1.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a productive out. Again, you would prefer to get something down and keep the line moving, but productive out is good enough. Stepping in now is the third baseman today, Colin Tarr. That pitch is blocked in the dirt. So 1-1 here, bottom of the first inning. So Blackhawks give up a run in the first. They come back, pick one up in the bottom of the first. 1-0 is the count on Tarr. Runner at third is Needswidge. Runner at first is Ethan Weaver. Colin takes that pitch in for a strike. Tarr 4 for 23 on the early season. That's a 174 batting average. Has a home run and 6 runs knocked in. But where he really gets it done is on the mound. Colin 2-0 on the season with an ERA sub 2.4. Swings and misses there. Count is 1-2. 27 strikeouts against only 7 walks for Colin. So on the rubber is where he gets things done for the Blackhawks. But he does, again, have that home run that he hit back on Monday in that 15-0 win in 4 innings over Joliet Central. He's behind in the count here, 1-2. Swings and misses there, and that will retire the side. So the Blackhawks pick up a run of their own. We head to the second. We're all tied at 1. Each team plated a run in the first inning, an RBI single by Nate Conrad for Plainfield Central, and an RBI groundout by Ethan Weaver. Has us tied here at 1 as we go to the second. Chris Suchowski, Cam Velasquez, Philip Carlton, 7, 8, and 9 will face Nathan Toma. Nathan gave up 2 hits, walked 1, struck out 1 in that first inning. First pitch over is outside to Suchowski, the catcher. That looked good, but we're standing at a weird angle, so it very well could have been outside. It was right at the knees. Allen's popped up to the right side. That's going to be trouble, and that's going to get down in front of Brock Beatis out there in right field. Wind-aided single, and there's the first time we've seen it here today. That ball blown all over the place. Back for Joey Pokrivki went back for it. Brock Beatis came in on it. Kelly Roney came in on it, and it just landed in between the three of them for a Texas League single for Suchowski here to lead off the second inning. And now the shortstop, Cam Velasquez, steps up for Plainfield Central. Wildcats came into today's matchup 11-3. Blackhawks came in 5-4, but have won 2 in a row and 3 out of 4 as that offense has started to come to life here as the weather has gotten a little bit warmer. That's what you like to see. Velasquez, that first pitch is a ball.
Just seems like the boys got to warm up a little bit.
I certainly feel that. That pitch is up and away for a ball, 2-0. Toma has walked, coming into today, he had walked 5 in 5 1/3 innings, walked 1 in that first. So he's up to 6 walks here in 6 1/3 innings of work. Like to see that control be a little bit better. You can deal with the hits as long as you're not compounding it by putting runners on base with bases on balls. So see what Nathan has up his sleeve here in inning number 2. First man reached, Chris Suchowski on a bloop single to center. That one's hit out to right. Brock goes back on it. That's going to get over his head. It's going to bounce up against the wall. On to third goes Suchowski, and he's going to be held there on the opposite field double by Cam Velasquez. And Plainfield Central is threatening here in the bottom of the second, or top of the second, as they get 2 in scoring position with nobody out. That one, I don't know if that was necessarily wind-aided, as that was hit pretty hard on a line, but that got over Brock's head out there in right field pretty quickly and one hop that right field wall. And now the number 9 man, Philip Carlton, steps in with 2 in scoring position and nobody out in inning number 2.
Yeah, it almost seemed like Beatis was kind of frozen on that. You know, it's that weird angle where it's hit right at you. So.
Yeah, that pitch misses for a ball. Yeah, Beatis out there. I mean, those line drives right at you for any outfielder is the hardest one. But we talked about this last inning as the sun starts to set out in right field, or sun starts to set to our right here. Right field becomes very difficult. You add in the wind, and it's just a recipe for disaster on a low line drive that got over the head of the right fielder Brock Beatis, and the Blackhawks find themselves in a hole here in the top of the second. We'll see if Toma can work out of this jam. Pitch is fouled straight back. 1-1. Caleb Coberly in the on-deck circle, the leadoff man. He popped out to center on the first pitch he saw from Toma in the first. See if he can get ahead of Carlton here. Counts 1-1. Pitch is in the dirt, and that's been Toma's issue here through an inning plus is he hasn't been getting ahead of most of the hitters. He's falling behind 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, and it's really, really hard to pitch from behind in the count all the time. So really got to try to get that first pitch over. That 1-1 pitch is critically important because a 2-1 count and a 1-2 count turn the at-bats into completely different things. That one's topped fair. Is that going to stay fair? Nope, it's going to go just foul. The count is now even at 2. So we'll see if Nathan can put away Carlton here with 2 strikes, 2 on, nobody out, top of the second inning, 1-1 on a windy day here at West Aurora. Gusts of up to 60 miles an hour this afternoon while we try to play a baseball game. Sun's out. It's making it manageable. That wind is going to cause problems all afternoon. Let's see what Toma can do here on the 2-2 to Carlton. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Good breaking pitch, low and in on Carlton's second strikeout of the game for Toma, and exactly what he needed right there to keep both of those runners right where they were at second and third. And that will bring up now the center fielder, Caleb Coberly. Again, he flew out to center. First pitch he saw in the first. So way to battle back for Nathan there. Fell behind in the count 2-1. Got a 2-2 foul ball and then struck him out on a breaking pitch. That one's grounded foul. So the leadoff man here for Plainfield Central has had 2 at-bats, and he swung at 2 pitches. Popped out to first in the first and grounded that one foul. Not what you normally see out of your leadoff hitters, but if it's productive for you, why not do it?
He's on his toes. I mean, hopefully Toma can get him to swing at something to produce a ground out, get this inning over with.
Well, and that's a good point. If you have a really aggressive hitter up there, you can throw off his balance by throwing him a breaking pitch, throwing him a pitch that he's not expecting in a particular part of the at-bat. Toma's ahead in the count here, 0-1. That pitch is upstairs for a ball, 1-1. And again, this is that pitch in the at-bat that is so important, this 1-1 pitch. As soon as you can get that second strike on the batter, you have all the control. You can waste a pitch if you want to. You can put the pitch where you want. But when you fall behind in the count, now you're forcing yourself to just get the ball over. And now the batter has an opportunity to take a cut. 1-1. Breaking pitch stays upstairs, 2-1. Runner at third is Chris Suchowski. Runner at second, Cam Velazquez. Batter at the plate, Caleb Coberly. Count is 2-1. Toma steps off. You see some of the players out there wearing the full face masks, like over at second base, Joey Pokrifke, out in right field, Brock Biedas. They've got the full head coverings on that's keeping the eyes and the nose exposed, but the rest of the body is covered up. Same thing out in center. Kelly Roney, your left fielder, Austin Pierce, doing the same thing. So it looks like a bit of miscommunication here between Wisniewski and Toma, so they will discuss that with the count here 2-2. It could just be a signal thing with, you don't want to get crossed up. This is a really important pitch, a 2-2 pitch, runner at second. So the catcher isn't just flashing 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going through the signals because you don't want the batter to know what pitch, or the runner at second to know what pitch is coming. So making sure that there's no miscommunication there. And Nathan throws the pitch that Ben's looking for here. Let's see what that is on this 2-2. Breaking pitch just got a piece of that at the dish was Coberly. Keeps the count 2-2.
I think there's that patience that we were looking for from Coberly. He's now kind of slowed the at-bat down and kind of had it in his hands so far.
And he's seen 5 pitches now from Nathan Toma here in this second at-bat, which is, again, that's kind of what you want out of your leadoff hitter. See what you're getting out of the pitcher as Nathan steps off again. Wind really picking up again. There's that gust that I talked about.
No joke today.
Yeah, it is certainly not. Toma is ready. The 2-2 offering, locked in the dirt by Wisniewski. Count goes full. The left fielder, Tanner Wagnon, will bat next. 1-1 the score here, top of the second inning. Each team scored a run in the first. Wildcats have runners at second and third with 1 out, and the leadoff man, Coberly, is up. Toma's ready now. Here comes the payoff pitch. Breaking pitch. Ooh, just missed. And at the same time, Nathan lost his hat. So walks his second batter of the game on a very, very close 3-2 pitch, and his hat blew off. So adds insult to injury there. Bases are now loaded here in the second for Wagnon. We all wanted that one. Wisniewski tried to frame that. Ben tried to frame that behind the dish, but home plate umpire called it ball 4, and that will load the bases. Second walk of the game for Nathan to go along with 2 strikeouts through an inning and a third, and he needs another strikeout here or ground ball right at one of those middle infielders who are playing at double play depth, Ryan Needswich and Joey Pokrifke out there. It's hit high in the air. Pokrifke, see if he has any trouble with it. He does not. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. So nice job by Joey there to get himself settled underneath it, move with the baseball, kind of keep his position on the field, and he was able to put that one away for the second out of the inning. So big out for Toma. Leaves him loaded now with 2 outs for the number 3 hitter, the third baseman, Taylor Kujak. Taylor walked and scored in the first. Check swing. Kujak goes around, I believe. Yes, he did. Called a strike anyway. 0-1. So Nathan trying to wiggle out of this bases loaded 1-out jam. He can do that if he can get the number 3 man, Taylor Kujak. Wind's blowing straight out now. That one is in there for a strike as well. So 0-2 to the number 3 hitter, Taylor Kujak, as Toma jumps ahead in the count here. Let's see if he can put him away. Getting the signals from Wisniewski behind the dish. Here comes the 0-2. Just upstairs, maybe a bit outside as well for a ball. 1-2. Not a bad pitch on 0-2. It was close enough that you could see Kujak swinging at it, but he was able to hold off on that pitch that was upstairs and a bit outside.
Minuscule zone today, though.
1-2 is the count. Toma comes set. Comes home with it. Low and away. 2-2. Jesus and I will be back in action right here Saturday morning, 10 a.m. for more West Aurora baseball. So grab a cup of coffee, sit down in front of your phone, tablet, PC, whatever, and root on the Blackhawks with some eggs and some bacon and whatever else you like to have for breakfast. 2-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3. Ball gets away. Throw down to first. And the runner's going to be safe. So, unfortunately, bad break there for the Blackhawks as Toma was able to strike out Kujak. Ball got away from him, and he goes down to first on the pass ball. The run comes in to score. Bases are still loaded, and it is now 2-1 Plainfield Central. So that is a bad break for Nathan Toma. He was able to wiggle out of that, struck out the number 3 hitter, but the ball got away from Wisniewski, and Kujak hustled down to first. Keeps the inning alive for Kenny Ospalik, who singled last inning. Breaking pitch fooled Ospalik there. Weak swing, 0-1.
Yeah, it's got to be slightly frustrating for Toma there. You do all the hard work, and then it's like you give another out to the opposition.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what it is. You're giving Plainfield Central 4 outs here in the top of the second, with the cleanup hitter up and the bases loaded and the wind blowing 50 miles an hour out to center field. 0-1's right there for a strike, 0-2. So Nathan seems to have, that wild pitch notwithstanding, seems to have settled into a bit of a groove here with the last couple of batters. Gotten ahead. Was ahead of Kujak, 0-2. Is ahead of Ospalik here, 0-2. Got ahead of Coberly, got ahead of Wagner. We'll see if he can put it away here and end this without any further trouble. The 0-2 pitch. That one's grounded foul. Ospalik will stay alive. The designated hitter, Nate Conrad, would hit next. But Nathan doesn't want to see him here in inning number 2. He wants to end it right here. Count is 0-2 on Kenny Ospalik. That one's outside for a ball, 1-2. But again, not a bad pitch. It was right at the belt, just a bit outside.
Yeah, he's not missing by much. You got to wonder how close these calls are being called. But
yeah, I mean, like I said, from our angle, it's tough. It's impossible to see inside and outside. It was right at the belt, but apparently a bit outside. So the 1-2 pitch now. Swung on and missed. Blows the high fastball by him. That's strikeout number 4 for Toma here through 2. Plainfield Central picks up a run. We head to the bottom of the second. Blackhawks trail 2-1. Bottom of the second inning, Blackhawks will send up Matt Vincent, Brock Bietis, and Austin Pierce against the lefty Josh Stratton. That's 7, 8, and 9 for West Aurora. Blackhawks scored a run in the top of the first on a RBI groundout by Ethan Weaver. Nathan Thomas struck out 4 through 2 innings. Blackhawks trail 2-1. Vincent swings through that one, 0-1. Matt's 3 for 10 on the season with a couple of runs knocked in. That's a quick math, 300 batting average. That's an easy one. 0-1 to Vincent. That one's away for a ball, 1-1. Yes, the Blackhawks offense, when we were calling the game on Monday, there was, when I was here on Monday with Eric Willowite, we were going through the stats, and there was really only, as that one's hit high in the air out to left field, Wagner settles, and he's able to make that catch. One away here in the second. We were going through the West batting stats, and I believe at the time, the only hitter that was batting over 300 was Ben Wisniewski. Now I think 5 of the batters in the West starting lineup are hitting over 300 now, so a couple of good games early in the season can really change things. The right fielder, Brock Bietis, steps in now. Brock 6 for 19. He's one of those batting over 300 on the season. 316 for the number 8 hitter, Brock. 1 run knocked in, a couple of doubles as well. Lefty on lefty here. Big hack by Bietis, swings through that one, 1-1.
Not sure if that gust of wind was from that swing or just the area.
He took a big cut at it. Took a big cut at that one. Counts even at 1. Fouls it back. The 1-2. Fouled back again. Bietis stays alive. Fouls a couple of pitches straight back.
He's on Stratton here. It wouldn't shock me if he dropped one up the gap here.
You're just missing by a little. When you foul it straight back like that, that means you're just missing by a little. Swung on and missed. Ball gets down. Brock heads down to first. 2-3 on the putout there. Strikeout number 2 for Stratton. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And Austin Pierce, the number 9 hitter, steps in. Austin 4 for 13. .364 batting average out of the number 9 spot. Leads the team in stolen bases as well. Has 7 stolen bases out of the number 9 spot. The Blackhawks run a lot. 27 attempted steals in their 9 games. They've only been caught twice, so 25 out of 27 in stolen base attempts so far this season for West Aurora. They like to run, and they are good at it.
Yeah, definitely a speedy bunch. You can tell it's part of what makes their offense up.
Yeah, taking that extra base, being aggressive on the base paths. 0-1. Pierce squares to bunt, pulls it back, takes it low for a ball. 1-1.
Speaking of the devil, there's that speed.
Try to get back up to the top of the order in Joey Pokrivky. See if he can flip the batting order here in the second inning. Pitch is outside for a ball. 2-1. Fouled back up against the backstop. 2-2 on Pierce. Blackhawks trail 2-1. Plainfield Central scored a run in the first, run in the second. Blackhawks scored 1 in the bottom of the first. First two men here in the second have been retired by Stratton, Josh Stratton, for Plainfield Central. That one is outside for a ball. Count goes to 3-1 on the number 9 man, Austin Pierce, who made a nice running catch in the first inning as the wind knocked a ball down, made a shoestring catch. 3-1. That one's low, and Pierce does draw that 2-out walk here. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Austin off with maybe the first or second pitch. If he gets thrown out, worst case scenario, you have your leadoff man, Joey Pokrivky, leading off in the third. Best case scenario, Joey finds a gap someplace and Austin comes around to score. So we'll see what happens here. Probably, like I said, wouldn't surprise me to see him go almost right away. Nope. As Pokrivky takes that pitch outside for a ball. So Joey came in to today's action before his 0-for-1, 7 for 27 on the year. That's a .259 batting average, but he has been red hot. 2 home runs, 7 RBIs in his last 2 games. That one's hit foul to the right, out of play. 1-1. .259 batting average, Jesus, but an OPS of near 1,100. So when he gets the ball down, good things happen. Has 2 home runs, 2 triples, and a double in his 7 hits. So 5 of his 7 hits this season have been for extra bases. Home runs in back-to-back games for the Blackhawks leadoff hitter.
That's why we love him.
Throw over to first, and Pierce is back in safely. If Pokrivky reaches, Kelly Roney would get an opportunity to hit here in the second with the Blackhawks trailing 2-1. That pitch is low for a ball, 3-1 to Pokrivky. So Pierce hasn't taken off once yet, and Joey has worked the count to 3-1 in. It says 2-1. It says 2-1 on the scoreboard. So we're going to go with 2-1 because that's what the scoreboard says. There goes Pierce. Pitch is fouled straight back. 2-2 now. It was bound to happen. You know, that he was bound to take off at some point. It was on the 2-1 pitch rather than pitch number 1. So it was on the third pitch rather than the first or second pitch, which is what I assumed it would be. Especially now with 2 strikes, it wouldn't surprise me to see Pierce go here as well.
Yeah, keeping the Wildcats on their toes.
Pierce holds. Pitch is low, just low for a ball. Count goes full, and now Pierce will definitely be off as the count is full with 2 outs.
Perfect situation for a hit and run here.
Well, with the 2 outs, he's going to be going. That one's hit high in the air, out to right center field. Over for it is the right fielder, Ospalik. The ball is off his glove, around third to score. Comes Pierce, into second goes Pokrivky. He stays hot, and the Blackhawks have tied this one at 2. That was a difficult play out there in right field by Ospalik. Had to go a long way to his right, made a diving attempt, And just off his glove and in from third is Austin Pierce. The Blackhawks have tied it at 2.
I mean, Pokrivky taking all advantage of the wind and sending one out to the outfield, getting that RBI, and in a much better position now.
Yeah, RBI number 8 for the Blackhawks leadoff hitter. That pitch gets away, and Pokrivky is going to go down to third on the pass ball. So Plainfield scores in the first. West Aurora ties it in the bottom of the first. Plainfield scores in the second. Blackhawks tie it up in the second. See if they can take the lead here now with 2 outs. Runner at third is Joey Pokrivky. Man at the dish is Kelly Roney. Kelly reached on an E5 back in the first inning. Ooh, that's a tough error out in right field. The official score is giving the right fielder, Kenny Ospalik, an E9 on that one. That is a tough error, as Ospalik had to go a long way to his right, and he made a diving attempt at it.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting an error there either.
That one's hit high into center field. Josh Culberson calls it, makes the one-handed catch, and that will retire the side. But the Blackhawks pick up a run. We head to the third, all knotted at 2. As we head to the top of the third, tied at 2. Plainfield Central will send up Nate Conrad, Colin Bailey, and Chris Suchowski against the starting pitcher today, Nathan Toma. First pitch from Toma's in there for a strike. 2 innings so far for Toma. A couple of runs, 4 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 4. Got himself into trouble there in the second. Actually struck out the side in the second as he loses his hat for a second time. Struck out the side in the second inning, but Plainfield Central actually got 4 outs in that second inning as the number 3 hitter, Taylor Kujak, struck out. Ball got away from Ben Wisniewski, and Kujak was able to make it down to first. What the discussion is over at first base between the Plainfield Central first base coach and the first base umpire may add something to do with the fact that Nathan was in mid-delivery when he lost his hat and just stopped pitching.
It could be, yeah.
I mean, with nobody on base, it's not a huge issue, but with a runner on base, that's a balk. So you have to sort of work out how that's gonna work. At any rate, first pitch is ready to Conrad. Breaking pitch that is missed by Conrad. Nate had an RBI single in the first inning, driving in Taylor Kujak. A run in every inning so far, both top halves of the inning and both bottom halves of the inning. 2-2 in the third. It's 50 degrees at first pitch. Wind is blowing west to east-ish, I guess.
Yeah.
I'd say consistent winds of about 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to about 50 to 60. It's a crazy, crazy day here for baseball as Toma loses his hat again. That pitch is in there for a strike. So Conrad behind in the count 1-2 now. We're gonna have to get some like tissue paper or something and jam it up inside Nathan's hat in between innings here. He's already lost it 3 or 4 times already. The 1-2. Pitch misses away for a ball, 2-2. Toma looking for punch out number 5 here. He did come in with 7 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings this year, so he can strike a batter out, but he has also given up 5 walks in those 5 innings. That's a line drive at the shortstop, fielded one-hand scoop by Needswidge over to first for the out. That looked easy for Ryan over there at short. The little short hop, nice accurate throw across the diamond, 1 away. Colin Bailey steps in now. That's 4 in a row retired by Toma. So he got himself into that trouble in the second, loaded the bases with 1 out, got Wagner to pop out, struck out Kujak, although he reached on the pass ball. Then he struck out a Spalik to end the inning, got Conrad to ground out there. So 4 in a row. And 5 out of 6 put down by Toma as he settled down here a little bit this time through the order. Counts. And the difference is he's getting ahead of batters. He's gotten ahead of the last, I think, 5 hitters for Plainfield Central. That pitch is in there for a strike. So again, ahead of the hitter, ahead in the count here, 0-2. And that really just opens you up to throw anything you want, anywhere you want. You can waste a pitch. You can try to nibble. We'll see what he does here on the 0-2. Throws a fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3. Bailey goes down for the second time today. 5th strikeout of the game for Toma. First one looking. The other 4 have been swinging. So Nathan Toma doing a really nice job making his best start of the series, best appearance of the year for the Blackhawks, as he had given up 9 runs in his previous 5 1/3 innings. As he falls behind here, Suchowski 1-0. The catcher, Chris Suchowski, singled and scored to lead off the second inning. Toma looking for a 1-2-3 third. That one's popped to the right side. Biedas gives it a long run. The wind's going to blow that one just foul. Actually, I think the wind was trying to blow that back into fair territory. That one landed about 2 or 3 feet to the right of that right field line. So a long run for Brock for no reason. Count is even at 1.
Yeah, I love Toma's tempo here. He looks like he's a lot more comfortable now.
Yeah, he's getting the ball, he's getting a signal, and he's throwing. Breaking pitch, fouled off. And again, ahead in the count, 1-2. We talked about this in the second inning where he was falling behind hitters, and that was giving Plainfield Central the ability to look middle in or look for a particular spot in the strike zone. You get that ball there, you can take a big hack at it. Here, you're guessing when you're behind in the count. The 1-2. That one's popped to the right. Weaver is not able to get that one. I think the wind got a hold of that one. Ethan was going over towards that first base wall, and the ball landed out by the warm-up mounds out there down the right field line. So that one did get carried by the breeze a bit. And we haven't had as many wind-aided issues as I thought we might here early on. Outfielders have done, for the most part, a pretty solid job out here. Toma 1-2, looking to end the inning here. Pitches outside for a ball, 2-2. Looking for the first scoreless half inning of this baseball game. 2-2 from Toma. Breaking ball in the dirt. Count goes full. If Suchowski reaches, Cam Velazquez would bat, and Velazquez has the hardest hit ball for Plainfield Central, a double that one hopped the wall out in right field. So if you're Nathan Toma, you want to end it right here and not get Velazquez up with a runner on base if you can help it. Hard hit, but foul. Ball's just going to sit down there as Toma gets a new baseball. We do the 3-2 again. That one's hit on a line out to center field. That's going to get down for a hit. So second hit of the game for Suchoski, and that will keep the inning alive here in the third inning. And Cam Velasquez steps up. Cam hit a line shot, a missile out to right field, got over the head of the right fielder, Brock Beatis. One hopped the wall, and he was stranded at third. As that was the last hitter that really put a good swing on Nathan Toma before Suchoski's single right there. And Velasquez was stranded at third as Nathan Toma had really settled down. Breaking pitch again, ahead in the count, 0-1. Toma checks the runner at first. Suchoski throw over. Suchoski back in safely. Toma kicks and fires. Breaking pitch does not break. Goes over the head of Velasquez for a ball. 1-1.
Yeah, it's not a hot, humid day like other days where you could just effortlessly throw that.
Yeah, you don't get a good grip on that breaking ball for sure.
Yeah,
like you can feel it on your fingers. Are very slick in weather like this. That breaking pitch catches the inside corner as Velasquez backs away from that. Called a strike, 1-2. So kind of beating a dead horse here, but Nathan's really done a nice job since he walked Caleb Coberly in the second inning with one out and runners at first or second and third. He's been getting ahead of pretty much everybody. Count is now even at 2 as that pitch is upstairs. Philip Carlton will bat next if Velasquez is able to get on. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Plainfield Central, 2-2-1 for the Blackhawks here, top of the third. Score is knotted at 2. Pitch is just low for a ball, 3-2. And Suchoski will be off with the payoff pitch here with 2 outs. Toma checks on Suchoski, who's going to be off here with the pitch. The payoff pitch is a breaking ball that stays outside for a ball. So 7 and 8 hitters causing some problems for Toma this afternoon. They are 3 for 4 with a double, 2 singles, and a walk. And that will bring up the number 9 man, Philip Carlton. He struck out swinging in the third. The first out of that third inning. He had runners at second and third with nobody out. He struck out. The next batter, the leadoff hitter, Caleb Coberly, would walk to load the bases. Toma would get Wagner to pop out to second. Taylor Kujak would come up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. He would strike out, but the ball would get away from Wisniewski. He would reach first on that pass ball, and then Toma would settle down and get Ospalik to end the second. So he's got himself into a little bit of trouble here in the third. Got the first 2 men, ground out, strikeout looking, and then a single and a walk, and he faces the number 9 man, Carlton. Here comes the first pitch. Big lead at second by Suchoski. That one's hit on the ground over to the right side. That's going to get into right field. Beatis is up with it, makes the hard throw to home. Not going to be in time, and Suchoski's going to come around from third to score, and a little 2-out pepper, as you call it here, for Plainfield South, or Plainfield Central rather, as the first 2 men are retired, but then single walk single, and it's 3-2 Wildcats.
I'm sure if you're Toma there, you want that back, but I mean, a dangerous part of the lineup here for the Wildcats. Not much you can really do about that.
Bottom of the order's done some good work for Plainfield Central this afternoon, and that will bring up the leadoff hitter, Caleb Coberly, with runners at the corners and 2 out. He flew out in the first, walked in the second. First pitch is a breaking pitch that is called a strike, and down to second goes Carlton. So now 2 runners in scoring position. 0-1 is the count on Coberly. So once again, Plainfield Central retakes the lead. They scored a run in the first. Blackhawks tied it. They scored a run in the second. Blackhawks tied it. Scored a run in the third. Let's see if Toma can limit the damage to just that 1 run. If he can get Coberly here. That one stays inside for a ball. 1-1. Long look in by Toma. Wisniewski goes through the signs. Toma's ready. Break, gosh, fastball in there for a strike. 1-2 right at the belt. So again, one pitch away from getting out of this. See if he can limit the damage to just the one run. And this is probably the first inning that Nathan would sort of kick himself. He got the first two men pretty easy. He's facing the bottom of the order. He just got nickeled and dimed as there is strikeout number 6 as Coberly swings through that one. Plainfield Central does pick up another run, though. We head to the bottom of the third. Blackhawks trail 3-2. Bottom of the third inning, Blackhawks trail by 1 again as Plainfield Central has scored a run in each of their innings. Blackhawks have tied it up in their respective halves of the inning, and they will send up 3, 4, 5 here for the Blackhawks in the bottom of the third. Ryan Needswich, Ben Wisniewski, and Ethan Weaver in the bottom of inning number 3 against Josh Stratton. Needswich singled back in the first, hard line drive to center field. Now 5 for 11 on the season. Good man to have leading off here to try to start a rally if you are West Aurora. Pitch backs him off the plate. And on the hands, he jumps out of the way, 1-0. That one's in there for a strike. Little check swing down to the third baseman, Kujak. Over to first. This time makes an accurate throw to retire Needswich on the oops swing to lead off the third inning, and that will bring up Ben Wisniewski. Looks like we have some action now in the West Aurora bullpen. We'll get you who that is here in just a moment as Ben Wisniewski steps in now for the Blackhawks. Takes that pitch over for a strike.
It's number 13, Brock Vietas.
Brock steps in. Okay, so we'll see who goes out to right field when Brock comes in. That one's hit down the first base line, fair into right field. Wisniewski will round first. There's a lot of room down there, and Ben will hold up at second. So hit that one right down the right field line, stayed fair. And for Ben, that is his third double of the season. Blackhawks have a runner at second in scoring position with 1 out, and Ethan Weaver stepping in. See if Ethan can pick up another RBI. Had an RBI ground out in the first inning. Pitches outside for a ball. 2-0 pitch to Weaver. Jackknife's out of the way, 2-0.
Mound visit here for the Wildcats.
Yep. Entire infield, and coach coming out to talk to him. Talk to Josh Stratton, who has pitched 2 1/3 innings so far. He's given up 3 hits, 2 runs. Neither of them have been earned, as both have scored on errors. He has walked 1 and struck out 1. We have a pinch runner at second as well for Wisniewski. That is Alex Jackson pinch running over there at second. Man at the dish is Ethan Weaver. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors for Plainfield Central. 2-3-1 for the Blackhawks. So it looks like Biatis is done throwing. I don't know if he's been out in right field. He's been out there. He's been running around, so he might already be warm, or he's just out there getting some work in. We'll see. Weaver's ahead in the count, 2-0. Alex Jackson at second. That pitch is in there for a strike, 2-1. Pitch is low for a ball, and Weaver's in command here, 3-1. If you're Ethan, look for something in your zone, and if you get it, take that cut. If you don't get it, let it go.
Big green light here.
Pitch is outside for a ball, so the Blackhawks have 2 on with 1 out in the bottom of the third, and Colin Tarr stepping in. Colin's got some power, has a home run, hit a home run back on Monday against Joliet Central. A ball that left no doubt in anybody's mind as he hit a bomb out to left. Looking for another 3-run jack here with the Blackhawks down 3-2. Takes a big cut, comes up with nothing but air. Behind the count, 0-1. Runner at second is Alex Jackson. Runner at first is Ethan Weaver. Colin Tarr at the dish. Struck out to end the first inning. Colin takes that pitch up and away for a ball. Scoring opportunities for both teams in every inning so far. It's not quite the fireworks we thought we were going to see. We thought we were going to see a lot of wind-aided type stuff, but we've just seen some good at-bats, and we've seen some patient at-bats, and we've seen some clutch hits for both teams is what we've seen. The count is 2-1 on Tarr.
Like a boxing match. See, it blows back and forth.
Yeah, these are those jabs early on, though, to kind of set things up, those body blows as Colin swings over the top of that breaking pitch, 2-2. Early on, you try to work the body to wear down your opponent, and that's what each team is doing here with those single runs, hoping that they can land that haymaker later on in the bout.
Waiting on it.
Pitch is low, fakes the throw down to first. Both runners back in. Count is full on Colin Tarr. Colin 4 for 24 now on the season, but does have 6 runs knocked in 9 games for the Blackhawks. Hit a 3-run home run back on Monday. Stratton steps off. Huge pitch here, 3-2. Runner at second is Alex Jackson. Runner at first is Ethan Weaver. If Tarr reaches, Matt Vincent would get an opportunity to hit with the bases loaded potentially. The payoff pitch. Stratton kicks and fires. Low and away, and the bases are indeed loaded here with 1 out in the third inning, and Matt Vincent comes up with a chance to do some damage for the Blackhawks if he can find a gap someplace. Give the Blackhawks an opportunity to put a crooked number of their own up here in the bottom of the third.
Definitely a designated hitter's dream right here. Bases loaded.
Yeah, but again, if you're Matt Vincent, all you want to do is what you did last time, which is hit a fly ball out to left field.
Yeah.
I flew out to left in the second inning. If he can get another fly ball to the outfield here, he will pick up an RBI as he fouls that one straight back. Behind in the count, 0-1. It's all about those productive outs and that situational hitting. Make your outs productive, get the runners over, get them in. And that's how you win ball games. 0-1. Swings and misses there. He's quickly behind in the count, 0-2. Brock Vietas will step in next. That pitch just below the knees, 1-2.
Very brave not to swing on that.
That's close. It takes a good eye to lay off a pitch that close on an 0-2 count. Now the 1-2. Waves at that one, and Vincent goes down swinging. Third strikeout of the game for Stratton, and that is a big strikeout as it leaves the bases loaded now with 2 outs, and Vietas will step in now. Brock struck out in the second inning. Looking for a little 2-out magic here, lefty on lefty. Brock hits that one on the ground to the second baseman, scooped there on to first, and Vietas is out there. So Stratton does a nice job working out of a bases-loaded 1-out jam. Blackhawks do not score. We head to the fourth. Plainfield Central leads this one, 3-2. Top of the fourth inning, Blackhawks trail this one 3-2. A run in each inning here for Plainfield Central off of Nathan Toma, who hasn't pitched badly. That pitch is outside for a ball. He's thrown 3 innings. He's given up 6 hits. All 3 runs have been earned. He's walked a couple and struck out. He's walked 3 and struck out 6. Last inning was the toughie. He set the first 2 men down in order and then gave up a run with 2 outs as that pitch misses for a ball. He's behind in the count 2-0. So in the first inning and in the third inning, Toma got the first 2 men out of the inning. Plainfield Central was able to scrape together a run. And in the second inning, it was the exact opposite. Plainfield Central got 3 of the first 4 men on, and Toma was able to work out of that jam. So he's either getting the first couple guys out and then running into trouble, or running into trouble and then working out of that jam. So we'll see if he can have a clean inning here in the fourth as that pitch is over for a strike. 3-1 on the left fielder, Tanner Wagnon. Wagnon 0 for 2. He flew out and popped out his last time up in the second. Heading the count here, 3-1. That pitch is outside for a ball, and there's a lead. The dreaded leadoff walk by Tanner Wagnon. That is walk number 4 for Toma here through 3+. We did see Brock Vietas warming up last inning. I don't know if he was just getting some work in down there in right field or what, but he was throwing in the bullpen last half inning. He's standing out in right field right now, though. Taylor Kujak in, number 3 hitter. He's 0 for 1. He struck out as the pitch misses for a ball, almost hit him. Kujak walked and scored in the first, struck out in the second, but reached on a pass ball, and that allowed Chris Suchowski to score the second run of the game. 1-0 on Kujak. Pitch is upstairs for a ball, 2-0. So Nathan seems to have lost the strike zone here a little bit here in the fourth. Walked Wagner on 5 pitches, has fallen behind Kujak 2-0 here to start the fourth inning. So not what you want. Throw over to first. And Wagner is back in safely. It's a one-run ball game. You don't want to let this get out of hand by putting runners on base and putting yourself in a more dangerous position. Throw over to first again, and Wagner is back in again. The 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 now, the count. There's one of those gusts we were talking about. Gusts of up to about 50 or 60 miles an hour here this afternoon. 2-1 from Toma. There goes the runner. Grounded to third. Underneath the short. Needswich has it and just eats it. Throws it back over to second. And Wagner is back in there. So infield single for Kujak. Under the glove of the third baseman, Tar. Again, short hopped by Ryan Needswich. And almost had Wagner down at second. Check on him as I think he got either a mouthful of dirt or hit his face on the bag diving back into second. Not entirely sure, but
could have had the wind knocked out of him too.
I think he's okay, and we are ready to go. So Plainfield Central threatens again here in the fourth as they put the first 2 batters on. Tanner Wagner at second, Taylor Kujak at first. Kenny Ospalik, the cleanup hitter, will step in. He's 1 for 2. He singled in the first, struck out to end the second. Toma now 7 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts through 3+. First pitch, high fastball fouled straight back. Nate Conrad stands in the on-deck circle. And really, you're just 1 pitch away from, 2 outs, runner at third. If you can get a ground ball at one of your infielders or something like that. But again, you just, at this point, Toma just has to bear down. You focus on the man in front of you. You can't worry about who's at first, who's at second. You just got to focus on the man in front of you, try to get that batter out. He's ahead in the count, 0-1. Breaking pitch was a bunt attempt. Throw down to first, and back in safely is Kujak. Is not sure what that was by Ospalik. It looked like a bunt attempt, but it was a flailing attempt, and he's behind in the count, 0-2 now. Let's see if Toma can put him away. Looking for strikeout number 7. And there it is. Caught him looking. That is strikeout number 7 for Toma. Another huge strikeout for Nathan with runners on base. He's been doing that all afternoon long, striking people out with runners on base. That will bring up Nate Conrad now. Nate 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first, grounded to short in the third. Would love to see a ground ball to short right here. Turn a little 6-4-3 and get out of this one. First pitch to Conrad. Misses away. Nathan continues to trouble with the hat on the mound. He's pushing it down on his head constantly as it's blown off his head 3 or 4 times already today. Conrad steps out of the box. So Toma came into this game with 7 strikeouts in 5 1/3 innings. He has 7 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings here this afternoon. So he is getting quite a few swings and misses from Plainfield Central. He's just hurting himself with those walks. He's walked 4 in 3 1/3 count, and he's behind in the count to Conrad here, 2-0.
I mean, you never know. Wildcats could have had the scouting report, knew that, Toma was going to have a lot of off-speed stuff, so they knew, lay back on it. But Toma, when that cement mixer's working, it's working.
Toma steps off as diving back into second is Wagner. Needswich getting in the head a little bit of Tanner Wagnon at second. Infielders at middle infield at double play depth, Needswich and Pokrifke. That one's popped foul over the Plainfield Central dugout, 2-1. 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for the Wildcats. 2 runs, 3 hits, and 1 error for the Blackhawks here in the top of the fourth. West Aurora trails 3-2. Plainfield Central scored a run in each of the first 3 innings, and they're threatening here in the fourth. 2 on, 1 out. Nate Conrad at the dish, counts 2-1 on him. Toma kicks and fires. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. So nice job by Toma to battle back. Fell behind in the count 2-0. It's now 2-2. You can make your pitch here with the 2-2 count. Don't have to give in to the hitter. Make the pitch that you want and put it where you want it. See if you can pick up strikeout number 8. Toma's ready. Checks the runner at second. The 2-2. Pitch upstairs. Count goes full. Blackhawks next inning will have Austin Pierce, Joey Pokrifke, and Kelly Roney. 9-1-2 in their batting order as they try to get this thing even again. The payoff pitch to Nate Conrad. Huge pitch right here. 3-2 offering. Fly ball out to left. Pierce comes in on it, makes the catch. Throw back into second, and it's blocked there by Pokrifke as Wagnon has to hustle back in. But nice play out and left by Austin Pierce, second out of the inning. And Colin Bailey, who has already struck out twice, steps up now with 2 on and 2 out. And again, an opportunity for Toma to wiggle out of a jam without giving up a run. We've said that in every inning so far. Yeah. And each inning he's been dinged for one. And again, it's those body blows early on in the boxing match that Plainfield Central is throwing at Nathan Toma here. A run in the first, run in the second, run in the third. Gave up a walk and a single to lead off this inning. Got Ospalik looking, and Conrad flying out to left. If you can get Bailey here and get out of this one, you got to feel really good. If you are Toma, that pitch is in there for a strike. There's that breaking pitch, gets that over. First pitch, breaking pitch, ahead in the count, 0-1. Toma's ready, holds the glove up to his chest, comes home with it. Another breaking pitch, whiffed at by Bailey. Big, huge swing by Colin Bailey down there. Came up with nothing but air, and he's behind in the count. 0-2 now. One pitch away from getting out of this jam. Runner at second, Tanner Wagnon. Runner at first, Taylor Kujak. Colin Bailey behind in the count, 0-2. Nathan Toma looking for his 8th strikeout of the game. Here comes the 0-2. Runners take off. Pitch is fouled straight back. We will do it again. Interesting. Hit and run. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. I guess you figure he's going to swing at the 0-2 pitch, so send the runners. He's either going to make contact or he's not. And either way, if he makes contact, it's either a foul ball or a hit, and you score a couple runs, or he doesn't, and the inning's over. But we will do it again. The 0-2. Runners stay this time. Pitch up and away for a ball, 1-2. A breezy day here at West Aurora. Breezy, it's a nice way of putting it. Toma looking to work out of this jam. Counts 1-2 now. Another pitch upstairs. Trying to get Bailey to elevate those eyes here a little bit maybe. Now you try to go downstairs with a breaking pitch here on 2-2. Let's see what Toma has in store for the first baseman, Colin Bailey, who is 0-2 with 2 strikeouts. Struck out swinging in the first, struck out looking in the third. There's that breaking pitch, and it's fouled to the right, out of play. So I was right. I had it up there. A couple of fastballs upstairs to try to get those eyes elevated a little bit by Bailey, and then you come back with that breaking pitch downstairs, and Bailey is forced to just foul it off to the right. So we will do it again, 1-2. Bailey doing a nice job battling here against Toma, falling behind in the count, battling off, fouling off 2 or 3 pitches in a row. The 1-2 again. Another breaking pitch. Called strike 3. Strikeout number 8. Third strikeout of the game for Bailey, and Toma does indeed work out of this jam. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Blackhawks trail 3-2. So Nathan Toma able to wiggle out of that jam in the top of the 4th inning and give his Blackhawks an opportunity to tie it here in the bottom of the 4th. Toma struck out 8 through 4 innings and has looked really, really good. He's walked a few batters. He's gotten himself into trouble, but he's been able to get himself out of those jams as well. Here in the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Austin Pierce, Joey Pokrifke, and Kelly Roney against the lefty Josh Stratton. Roney walked and scored. Hits this one up the middle. That's going to get to center field. So first pitch swinging, base hit for Austin Pierce, who continues to do damage out of the number 9 spot for the Blackhawks. On base for the second time today. Came into this game 4 for 13. So now that makes him 5 for 14. That batting average up around 400 right now for the number 9 hitter, Austin Pierce. Joey Pokrifke steps in. Now Joey singled and drove in a run. He hit the fly ball to right that was ruled an error. Very difficult error, I think, on the right fielder. I initially ruled it a double, but it was ruled an error on the right fielder. That had Pierce come in to score the second run of the game. And again, same situation we saw in that second inning where you had Pierce at first and Pokrifke at the dish, and you have to wonder if Blackhawks might try to put either a steal on or a hit and run or something like that, as you have Pierce, who leads the team in stolen bases with 5, and Pokrifke, who shows who can handle the bat at the plate right now. And Brock Bietis is warming up again for the Blackhawks. Count is 1-1 on Pokrifke. That one's topped to the third baseman. Kujak has it on to first. Ooh. Pokrifke out by a step down there at first base. Pierce does go down to second on the throw. And that will bring up Kelly Roney, who has an opportunity to add to his team-leading 8 runs knocked in on the season. He also leads the team in hits with 10. Came in 10 for 31 on the season. He's 0 for 2 in this one, though. He reached on an error and scored in the first, flew out to end the second, swings through that one, falls behind in the count, 0-1. Runner at second is Austin Pierce. He reached on a leadoff single. That pitch is away for a ball. It's a 4th hit of the game for the Blackhawks. 7 for Plainfield Central. Wildcats have committed 2 errors. Blackhawks have committed 1. Plainfield Central leads where it counts. They're up 3-2 on the scoreboard. 2-1 now the count on Roney. Ryan Needswidge stands in the on-deck circle. Runner at second is Austin Pierce. Blackhawks looking to get him in here in the fourth and get this thing all square again. Off-speed pitch swung on in, missed by Roney. 2-2. And you can see how the wind is affecting the outfielders. The left fielder, Tanner Wagner, is, I don't know, about 15 steps off the left field line. The right fielder is almost a football field away from that right field line as Roney goes down swinging. That is the third strikeout of the game for Stratton, and that will bring up Ryan Needswidge, who we're looking for a 2-out clutch hit here out of the Blackhawks' number 3 hitter.
And Needswidge can take advantage of that space in right field like you were talking about.
Yeah, if he can hook one down the right field line, he can circle the bases twice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room down there in right field. That pitch is in there for a strike. Again, lefty on lefty here, bottom of the fourth inning. Runner at second is Austin Pierce. He led off with a single. At second now with 2 outs. Fouled off the backstop, and Ryan's behind in the count. 0-2. If he reaches, Ben Wisniewski would step up. Ben's 2 for 2, so if you can get him up with a couple of ducks on the pond, that would be an ideal situation. But Needswidge needs to reach base in order for that to happen, and he's down in the count, 0-2 right now. Josh Stratton on the mound for Plainfield Central, 3 2/3 innings, 2 unearned runs. He's walked 3, struck out 4. That one's grounded to the second baseman, fielded cleanly, and that will retire the side. So the Blackhawks get the lead man on. They are not able to get him across. We head to the 5th. It's still 3-2 Plainfield Central. New pitcher on the mound for the Blackhawks here in the top of the 5th inning is the righty Brock Beatis. And for Nathan Toma, I think you'll take it. 4 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 8. He got into trouble in every inning and was able to wiggle out of that trouble in every inning, giving up limited damage. That first inning and that third inning, he got the first 2 batters in each inning, and Plainfield Central would ding him for a run. In that second inning, he loaded the bases with 1 out and was able to work out of a jam there. So nice job today by Nathan Toma, who had come in on the season. He'd given up 15 hits and 9 runs in 5 1/3 innings. Did a nice job against an 11-3 Plainfield Central team here this afternoon, and Beatis is making his season debut. So he's making his pitching debut, throws that one over for a strike, 0-1. He's already lost his hat twice. He will face 6, 7, or 7, 8, 9 for Plainfield Central. That's the part of the order that's really caused the Blackhawks trouble today. Chris Suchowski, Cam Velasquez. That one's hit foul down the left field line. Hit that one a long way, but a long way foul. And Philip Carlton, Suchowski 2 for 2 with a couple of singles, couple of runs scored. Cam Velasquez is on deck. He's reached base twice, and Philip Carlton has an RBI out of the number 9 spot. So 0-2 is the count on Suchowski. That one's in the dirt, 1-2.
That last foul ball was giving me a heart attack, Aaron. We're parked over there.
Yeah, that one went way foul, though. We're parked down the left field line, but that thing went way foul.
Yeah,
so
these boys can hit.
1-2 is the count here on Suchowski. Outside for a ball. 2-2.
I think the boys in the dugout have a competition to see how many hats blow off on the mound.
It's again for Beatis, another hat blowing off his head, so 3 times here. 2-2. That pitch is in the dirt. 3, and there goes the hat again. We might just need to staple it to his head. We have duct tape here. We can just wrap it around his head and just tape it to his forehead. Count goes full. So he was ahead in the count, 0-2. It's now 3-2. And he loses him. So a leadoff walk for Suchowski here in the 5th. He fell behind in the count, 0-2, and Beatis ends up losing him. That will bring up Velasquez. Velasquez has the hardest hit ball of this game, a line drive out to right that one-hopped the wall out there back in the 2nd. He walked in the 3rd. So he's been on base twice. Suchowski is now on base for the 3rd time here out of the number 7 spot. Bunt foul. Let's see if Plainfield Central can get the situational hitting down here. Try to get that bunt down with a runner at first to move him over to 2nd. We're in the 5th. Blackhawks trail 3-2. 3 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Plainfield Central. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Blackhawks. Blackhawks have won 3 of their last 4. They're looking to win their 3rd straight game. Plainfield Central is 11-3, but they've lost 2 in a row. That bunt gets down. Beatis has it over to first, and they do get the situational portion of their hitting down as Velasquez is able to bunt Suchowski over to 2nd, 1 away for the number 9 man, Philip Carlton. Good bunt. Good enough bunt, I should say. We talked about this the last game we did. I have this real issue with people not bunting the right way. Jabbing the bat at the ball is not how you're supposed to get the bunt down, but it worked for Velasquez there. You're supposed to let that ball come into the bat, and you deaden it, and you drop it down. But, hey, they don't ask you how you did it. They just ask you if you did it. And that's in that particular at-bat, Cam Velasquez was able to do it. Got that bunt down. Philip Carlton ahead in the count here at 1-0.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, Aaron.
That one's in there for a strike.
Doesn't grind my gears, but it's something that could be fixed.
You're too young to have your gears grinded. I'm at that age where I'm allowed to allow things like that to bother me. Back in my day, we had people who knew how to get a bunt down.
It was more part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
No one's swinging for the fences.
That's right. Yep. There's a bunt foul. But that was a bunt for a hit. That was a bunt attempt for a hit. So that's a bit of a different situation. You could see there that Carlton was trying the little drag bunt, trying to drop that thing down the 3rd base line while he kind of Ichiro-esque, you know what I mean? Kind of trying to hit that ball the other way while running down the 1st base line.
There was strategy behind that one. There was technique with it.
Yep. So Needswidge comes out to talk to Beatis over there on the mound. Give him some words of encouragement here with count 1-2 on the number 9 hitter, Philip Carlton.
I think he could have been telling him that.
Breaking pitch grounded back to Beatis. Brock over to 3rd, and they get the lead runner at 3rd. Heady play by Brock over there on the mound, fielding his position. Down to 1st goes Carlton, but Blackhawks will take that on the 1-5 putout at 3rd. You don't see that very often, but Brock did not hesitate, and that's usually when a pitcher runs into problems on the mound is when they hesitate. He got that ball and made a strong, accurate throw over to Colin Tarr at 3rd. Colin got that tag down. So 2 outs now, runner at 1st. In the top of the order, Caleb Coberly is up, and he grounds that one foul.
That could not have happened at the more perfect time because I was actually about to say that Needswidge could have actually said, keep an eye on this runner here. He's kind of antsy at 2nd.
Yeah, you get those runners who are bouncing around over there at 2nd base, and if you catch them as they start their bounce, you can they're leaning towards the bag, you can get them. But Nicely done on the mound by Brock Beatis. Throw over to first and fielded. Low throw. Ethan Weaver makes the nice play there, though. Beatis comes set. The 0-1 to Coberly. Fouled straight back. 0-2. A lot of foul balls straight back this afternoon. Yeah, I expected, honestly, when we showed up today, I was expecting one of those, like I told you pregame, 15-12 style games.
Likewise,
With the way this wind is blowing, I figured that some of these fly balls would get up into this wind and we would see multiple home runs, but not so far. 3-2, top of the fifth, 2 outs, runner at first. It's cut on and missed, and Beatis gets his first strikeout of the game. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Blackhawks still need a run. It's 3-2. Middle of the Blackhawks order coming up here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 4, 5, 6. Ben Wisniewski, Ethan Weaver, Colin Tarr facing Josh Stratton, who's into his fifth inning of work. He's given up 4 hits, a couple of unearned runs. He's walked 3, struck out 4. Has not had any luck, though, with the man at the dish, Ben Wisniewski. Ben 2 for 2. Single and a double. That double last time up, a ground ball right down the first base line. He's ahead in the count here, though. 0-2 on the Blackhawks catcher, who announced yesterday that he's going to be going to the Milwaukee Area Tech School to further his education, and he is down on 3 pitches here in the fifth. Strikeout number 5 for Stratton and Ethan Weaver stepping in. Ethan had an RBI ground out in the first. He walked and was stranded at second in the third. That was the last golden opportunity for the Blackhawks, was in the third inning. They had the bases loaded and 1 out, and they could not get that tying run home from third, as Matt Vincent would strike out and Brock Beatis would ground out to end that inning. Stratton pumping in strikes here as he's quickly ahead of Weaver, 0-2. So 5 pitches, 5 strikes here in the fifth. Pop foul. Plainfield Central scored a run on the first. Blackhawks scored a run in the bottom of the first. Plainfield Central scored a run in the top of the second. Blackhawks scored a run in the bottom of the second. Plainfield scored a run in the top of the third, and that's been it so far. A little topper down the first base line, and Ethan's going to have himself an infield hit. You couldn't have rolled that thing down there any better than Ethan Weaver did. He hustled down that line. We'll see if they give him a hit. They do, as the third baseman, Taylor Kujak, tried to play that barehanded. So it's the first hit of the game for Ethan, his 8th of the season. And the Blackhawks have a 1-out base runner, and Colin Tarr stepping in. If Colin can run into one, give the Blackhawks a 1-run lead here. He does have a home run on the season. He homered back on Monday in that 15-0 win over Joliet Central that started about an hour and 20 minutes late because Joliet wasn't able to find their way here in time. Collins swings over the top of that one. Struck out and walked so far here today. Wind whipping ball gets away. Ethan is going to hustle down to second. Here comes the throw. And I don't think Ethan realized quite how close that was as he didn't slide and he was almost out down there at second, but the ball got away from the shortstop, Cam Velasquez. So Colin now with a runner at second with 1 out. 1-1 is the count. Ethan's not exactly a speed demon down there on the bases, so he has to be really, really sure that he can make it. Colin with a big swing comes up with nothing but air. He's behind in the count 1-2 now. Matt Vincent stands in the on-deck circle. Here comes the 1-2. That one's low for a ball. Colin stays alive, 2-2. Blackhawks looking to get this thing even. They've had base runners in every inning. They just have not been able to get anything across since the second. The 2-2 to Tar. That one's low for a ball, 3-2. Colin's been really good on the mound for the Blackhawks this season. 2-0 with an ERA of 2.33. He's walked 27 and only walked 7. So he's been very, very good for West, but he strikes out swinging here. That is the 6th strikeout of the game for Stratton. Weaver's still at second now with 2 outs, and Matt Vincent stepping in. And you know Matt wants to redeem himself here as he struck out with the bases loaded and 1 out back in the third. Would love to pick up that clutch 2-out hit here if he can find something to drive. First pitch is in there for a strike.
I think that was a pass ball from the Wildcats bullpen there.
Yep, and there is some right-handed action down there in Plainfield Central's bullpen. So this will probably be the last inning for Josh Stratton. Pitches up and away for a ball, 1-1. If Vincent's able to reach, Brock Beatis would bat next. Brock, now the pitcher, started out in right field. Pitched a scoreless 5th. That one is away for a ball, 2-1. Swings over the top of that one, 2-2 now on the designated hitter, Matt Vincent. Matt flew out to left in the second, struck out in the third, looking for a 2-out single here to try to get Ethan Weaver in from second base with 2 outs. Probably the last inning for Josh Stratton. We'll see what he does here on the 2-2. Swung on and missed, and he strikes out the side here in the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th. Blackhawks still trail, 3-2. Top of inning number 6. And Brock Beatis is out there for his second inning of work, and he will face 2, 3, 4 for the Wildcats. Tanner Wagner, Taylor Kujak, and Kenny Ospalik. Pitched the 5th, walked 1, struck out a batter, fielded his position quite well. A couple of putouts from the pitcher's spot. Wagner is 0 for 2. He walked his last time up, flew out in the first, popped out in the second. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Pitches upstairs for a ball, 2-0. Brock walked the first man he faced in the 5th, but was able to work around that. That one's grounded down the third base line. Foul right past us. Into the West Aurora bullpen. 2-1 now. That one's away for a ball. Stevie DeShad is down there warming up for the Blackhawks. He pitched in that 4-inning shutout on Monday over Joliet Central. That one's hit on a line out to left field, in on it, and a diving catch in left field by Austin Pierce. One away here in the 6th. Well done by Austin out in left field. Wow. That ball was hit on the nose. He did not have a lot of time to react. He made that diving play head first for the first out here in the 6th. As I was saying, Stevie DeShad pitched in that game on Monday. And the 15-0 Blackhawk win. He pitched a complete game, gave up 1 hit, struck out 6. Easy to do when your team gives you 15, though. Count is 1-1 on the number 3 hitter, Taylor Kujak, who is 1 for 2. He walked and scored in the 1st. He struck out and reached on a pass ball in the 2nd, and then singled in the 4th. Takes that pitch inside for a ball, 2-1. Great play out in left field by Austin Pierce. That's the second. I mean, that one was obviously highlight reel, but that's the second really nice play he's made out there in this game in the 1st inning on Wagner, actually. Wagner got to try somebody else. This one's going to get down for a single for Kujak. 2nd hit of the game for him, 8th of the game for Plainfield Central. And they have a 1-out base runner in Kenny Ospalik. Steps in. He's 1 for 3. Singled in the 1st and has struck out twice since that point. Blackhawks have 9 strikeouts in this one. 8 by the starter Nathan Toma. Brock Beatis struck out Caleb Coberly to end the 5th. And Beatis is having a balk called on him here. Down to 2nd goes Kujak. I think we're gonna have a discussion on the mound about that. As head coach John Reeves comes out to discuss that with the umpire. And you could hear him. He was explaining to Brock what he did. And as he was explaining it to him, you could hear Coach Reeves come out of the dugout and go, "Hold on." And he makes his way out to the dugout to find out exactly what the second base umpire feels Brock did. Long discussion down there with Coach Reeves and the home plate umpire.
Just comes down to fundamentals sometimes. Sometimes Beatis, working too fast with his motion.
Well, I think what the home plate umpire is saying he did is he stopped and then he moved. Like he came to a complete stop and then he moved his hands again and didn't go into a pitching motion. And I'm not sure Coach Reeves got the answer he wanted, but he got the answer he got. And that will leave us with Taylor Kujak at 2nd with 1 out. Kenny Ospalik up. No count. First pitch to him, I should say. Is a breaking pitch that's blocked in the dirt by Wisniewski, 1-0. Due up in the bottom of the 6th for the Blackhawks is Beatis, Pierce, and Pokrifke. So 8, 9, and 1 in the 6th. They got to get through the top of the 6th here. They still trail by a run. That one's fouled off of Wisniewski. Count is now even at 1.
Absorb that like nothing.
Yep. And you have to wonder if Deschaux is gonna get out here for the 7th inning. He's been the Blackhawks' best pitcher this season. He's been absolutely lights out all season long. So if the Blackhawks can get through this inning, maybe they can get this thing tied or take the lead in the bottom of the 6th. You bring in your ace and lock this one down. It's a breaking pitch in the dirt again, 2 and 1. Stevie Deschaux on the year has made 5 starts. He's 2 and 2, but has an ERA of 1.75. He struck out 26 and walked only 5 in 20 innings of work. He has been lights out for West Aurora so far early this season. There's a breaking pitch that catches the inside corner, 2 and 2. That was a looping off-speed pitch by Brock Beatis.
That was beautiful.
2 and 2 now on Ospalik, who has struck out twice, struck out swinging in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. Brock looking for a 2nd strikeout of the game and 10th for West Aurora pitching here this afternoon. And he gets it as Ospalik waves at that one. He goes down for the 2nd out here in the 6th. That's 10 strikeouts for Blackhawks pitching this afternoon. 8 for the starter, Nathan Toma, 2 for Brock Beatis, who has pitched an inning and 2/3 of shutout baseball here. If you can get Nate Conrad, get the Blackhawks to the bottom of the 6th, only trailing by a run. Conrad 1 for 3, singled and drove in a run in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd, flew out to left in the 4th. There's a pitch over for a strike. Again, there is right-handed action down in the Plainfield Central bullpen. We'll get you a name and a number, presumably at the top of next inning. 0 and 1 on Conrad. That one's grounded to the shortstop. Needwidge comes across with it, and that will retire the side. So Ryan Needwidge on the 6-3 putout ends the top of the 6th inning. Blackhawks still trail 3-2.
Nine is at second.
All right, we are back. So new pitcher for Plainfield Central is the shortstop, Cam Velasquez. And I'll let Jesus give us the rest of the report. We got the moon starting to peek out here at West Aurora. We got the sun behind us, the moon in front of us, and baseball in front of us, and a new pitcher, Cam Velasquez, on the mound. He will face Brock Beatis, Austin Pierce, and Joe Pokrifke. So Velasquez on the mound, stepping in to play shortstop is Taylor Kujak, who was at third. The new third baseman is
17, Cody Nold.
Cody Nold,
Yes.
as Beatis swings through that one.
There we go. Yep.
All right, so we are set. So Nold at third, Kujak at short, Cam Velasquez on the mound. 0-2 is the count on the number 9 hitter, the pitcher, Brock Beatis. That one's lined into off the glove of the shortstop Kujak, and Brock's going to have himself a leadoff hit here. That's what we talked about. We get Stratton out of the game after 5, try to get to the bullpen here a little bit. Stratton gives up 5 hits in 5 innings, 2 runs. Neither of them were earned. He walked 3. He struck out 7. And now Velasquez out there for Plainfield Central, and he will face Austin Pierce, who's had a really good game. As that pitch gets away from it, it's going to say it. They say it hit him. So he's down to first base on the hit by pitch. So the Blackhawks trying to take the lead here in the bottom of the second, get the first 2 men on, and we are back up at the top of the order in Joey Pokrifke. So Brock Beatis singled. Austin Pierce was hit by a pitch. Austin's been on base 3 times today and has made 2 tremendous plays in the outfield. And now the Plainfield Central coach is arguing, I believe, that Austin Pierce squared to bunt, offered at the bunt, which means if he gets hit by a pitch, it's still a strike. But they're going to say he was hit by a pitch. So the Blackhawks have 2 on, nobody out here, and they're threatening in the bottom of the 6th, down 3-2. Joey Pokrifke, the leadoff hitter, is up. He's 0 for 3 in this one. He's grounded out twice and hit a long fly ball out to right that was dropped by the right fielder Ospalik and let the second run come in to score. Pitches upstairs to Pokrifke. 1-0. And you have to think that Deshaud will be out there for the 7th inning. He's got the hoodie off now, so he is warmed up as we're going to have a meeting on the mound here. So Josh Stratton, again, pitched really, really well. And if you're the Blackhawks, you have to be thrilled to see him out of the game. 5 hits, 2 unearned runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. First 2 batters have reached here against the reliever, Cam Velasquez. Started the game at short, now in on the mound, and he is facing Joey Pokrifke. Joey's due, 0 for 3. Pitches in the dirt, 2-0. Blackhawks looking for some more late inning magic. The first game you and I did last week was a 3-2 West Aurora walk-off win. So Blackhawks looking for some more late inning magic here. They trail by a run. 2 runners on. Pokrifke at the plate. Hits that one out to right field, and that's going to get down for a hit. Around from third to score comes Beatis. Pierce is right behind him. He holds up there. And the run-scoring single by Joe Pokrifke has tied this game at 3. Great piece of hitting by Joey to get that ball down the right field line. Just took that thing the opposite way. That's RBI number 8 for the leadoff hitter. And the Blackhawks have tied this one at 3 in the bottom of the 6th.
It's like you knew it was coming, Aaron. Pokrifke came through clutch, and we're tied at the ball game. Who knew we'd get here? Yep,
and the lead runner for the Blackhawks is 90 feet away. Austin Pierce at third. Kelly Roney at the dish. Joey Pokrifke over at first. Pitches upstairs. Roney squares the bunt, pulls it back. Count is 1-0. So Blackhawks have wasted no time here in the 6th, jumping on reliever Cam Velasquez in the 6th inning to tie this game at 3. The lead run 90 feet away, Austin Pierce. Pop foul, 1-1. Stevie Deschamps, I believe, is ready to go. He's back in the dugout, so you have to think he's going to come back out for the 7th, whether the Blackhawks are leading or tied. Kudos to Brock Beatis, who came in and pitched 2 shutout innings of relief, held Plainfield Central in check to give the Blackhawks an opportunity to do this. That bunt is laid down. In from third comes Pierce. He's going to be safe. First baseman drops the ball. Over to third goes Pokrifke, and the Blackhawks have taken a 4-3 lead here in the sixth inning. Kelly Roney lays down the bunt. Small ball indeed, Jesus. The safety squeeze by Kelly Roney. The bad throw. Blackhawks again, runners at the corners with nobody out. But now they lead this one for the first time today. It is 4-3.
Just that timely hitting coming through for the Blackhawks.
Yep, 9 RBIs now for Roney, and Needswich steps in. Ryan 1 for 3 with a single back in the first. Pitch is upstairs, I believe, for a ball. Yep, 1-0. So 2 hits and an error here for the Blackhawks. 2 errors, 2 hits, a hit by pitch, and an error here for the Blackhawks have led to 2 runs. Runner at third is Joey Pokrifke. Runner at first is Kelly Roney. Ryan Needswich takes that pitch at the knees for a strike. In the 7th, Plainfield Central will send up Bailey, Sukoski, and Velazquez against, you believe, Stevie Duchad. 1-1, the count now on Needswich. Hits that one in the air over to the right side. Second baseman Carlton is over there, and he drops it. In from third is going to come Pokrifke, and the Blackhawks will score another run. The wind, that's the first wind-aided, I would say, issue here in this one, as that ball is dropped out there by the second baseman. So Needswich is going to reach on the fielder's choice, the 4-6 putout, and the Blackhawks have scored another run. They're up 5-3. And Wisniewski steps in now, runner at first. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Blackhawks have put up 3 runs, courtesy of a couple of errors, a hit by pitch, and a couple of singles. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Blackhawks. 3-8-4 for Plainfield Central. Wisniewski takes that one over for a strike. Ben's 2 for 3, singled in the first, doubled in the third, struck out swinging to lead off the 5th. That one's in there for a strike as well. Blackhawks have trailed all day. They have not led until this inning. Plainfield Central scored a run in the top of the first. Blackhawks tied it in their half of the inning. Plainfield Central scored a run in the second. Blackhawks tied it in their half of the second. Plainfield Central would score a run in the third, and it would stay that way until the bottom of the 6th inning here, where West Aurora has put up 3 runs to turn a 3-2 deficit into a 5-3 lead here in the 6th.
That's what happens when you keep on getting up after getting knocked back down. It's like the boxing match we alluded to.
There you go. Blackhawks landed that first haymaker. Late swing over by the Blackhawks dugout by Wisniewski. Fouls it off 1-2. They've obviously been aided by some questionable Wildcat defense here, especially in this inning, as they've made a couple of errors here and 4 errors for the game. But that's what good teams do, is they take advantage of mistakes that are made by the opposition. Pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely, picked by Suchoski, and Needswich is back safely. So a couple of errors here by Plainfield Central, one by the first baseman, Colin Bailey, and one by the second baseman, Philip Carlton. Allowed the Blackhawks to score 3 runs and take a 5-3 lead here in the 6th. That one's grounded to the left side, scooped up by the shortstop, throw over to first. And Wisniewski is retired. Down to second goes Needswich, and Ethan Weaver now with an opportunity for a 2-out single. Has an 2-out RBI rather. Has an RBI, picked up a run knocked in on a ground out in the first, walked in the third, and singled and was stranded in the 5th. So he's been on base 3 times today. Looking for his 9th RBI of the season as the Blackhawks look for a little bit of insurance here, try to pick up that runner from second with 2 outs. Weaver gets a piece of that one, 0-1.
Yeah, Aaron, I'd almost say that the deciding factor for this game is the Blackhawks defense. That's what's been keeping them in this game, as well as the pitching as well.
Absolutely. Their defense has been significantly better than Plainfield Central's in this one. I mean, we knew the outfield defense was going to be an issue because of the wind today, but the Blackhawks have done a nice job maintaining that. As you know, Austin Pierce has made a couple of really nice plays out in left field, and in this inning alone, Plainfield Central has had an issue with a pop out that should have been the second out of the inning, and that runner should not have scored from third, but the ball was dropped. Pokrifke came in from third and gave the Blackhawks that fifth run of the game. That one's in there for a strike, 1-2. So the Blackhawks came into this one 5-4. They had won 2 in a row, winners of 3 of their last 4. Plainfield Central came in with a better record, 11-3, but they had lost their last 2. Swings through the high, hard cheese, and Weaver is down swinging, and that will retire the side. But the Blackhawks do damage. They pick up 3. We head to the top of the 7th. Blackhawks need 3 outs for their 3rd win in a row. Top of the 7th inning, new pitcher on the mound is indeed Stevie Deschad, as Brock Beatis went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, didn't give up a run, walked 1, struck out 2, and did a fantastic job in relief of Nathan Toma and keeping this Plainfield Central lineup down and giving the Blackhawks an opportunity to do what they did in the bottom of the 6th inning, which was score 3 runs and go to the 7th with the lead. So they turn it over to Deschad, who's making his 5th appearance of the season. 4 previous outings were all starts. He's 2-2 with a 1.75 earned run average. He's given up 18 hits in 20 innings of work, walked only 5, struck out 26 on the year. And he was on the mound on Monday for that 15-0 victory over Joliet Central. Went 4 innings, gave up 1 hit, didn't walk anybody, struck out 6, picked up the win in that shortened mercy rule game. And he will face Colin Bailey, Chris Sukowski, and Cam Velazquez here in the top of the 7th. Bailey's behind in the count 1-2, and he's had a tough one. The first baseman, Colin Bailey, has struck out 3 times today, the last 2 times looking. All 3 times struck out by Nathan Toma, who went the first 4 innings, striking out 8. He was very, very good for West Aurora this afternoon. Deschad in here to end this one as that one's fouled off. Blackhawks trailed all afternoon. Bottom of the 6th, they pick up 3. They now lead this one 5-3, top of the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Throw down to first, and Bailey is down for the 4th time here this afternoon. 2-3 on the putout. That is 11 strikeouts by Blackhawk pitching this afternoon. And this man, Chris Sukowski, has been a problem for Blackhawks pitchers today. He's been on base 3 times, a couple of singles and a walk. He's scored a couple of runs. We'll see what Stevie has in store for him here with a 1 out in the top of the 7th. Blackhawks looking to improve to 6-4 on the season. That one's right. Ooh, that one missed for a ball. So Brock Beatis is in line for the victory here in his first pitching outing of the season with 2 scoreless innings.
Nice.
Deshad looking for his first save of the season if he can set the next 2 batters down here in the 7th.
That's interesting. I'm getting real closer vibes from Deshad.
Right in there for a strike. And you can see, I mean, there's a lot behind these pitches. He's not an overpowering presence on the mound. Like he's not 6'2", 6'3", but there is a lot coming out of that little frame. Count is 1-1, and he's getting it and throwing it. Gets that breaking pitch over for a strike, 1-2.
Yeah, he's delivering the gas. It's almost like the mannerisms kind of remind me of like a young Craig Kimbrell.
Yeah, he's kind of got that. I mean, he's got the beard, and he sort of leans over a little bit as he's getting ready. Swung on and missed. Zukowski goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning. Second strikeout for Deshad, and the Blackhawks are 1 out away from a come-from-behind victory here on this blustery Thursday afternoon on the campus of West Aurora, and it will be Cam Velasquez. Cam doubled in the second, walked in the third, had a sac bunt in the 5th. Right there for a strike, and Stevie's not wasting any time. He's getting that ball, he's getting his signal, and he is bringing it. Holds the glove low, the 0-1. Fouled back. 1 strike away for the Blackhawks. Trailed this game in every single inning until the bottom of the 6th.
Way to give the Blackhawks fans at home a heart attack.
Yeah, it's just the team battled. This team battled today. 0-2 breaking pitch, low and in for a ball. The Blackhawks, they battled. Like I said, Plainfield Central came into this game 11-3 on the season. So they're a very, very good team. And the Blackhawks battled and battled and battled. The 1-2 called strike 3. Deshad strikes out the side. The Blackhawks come from behind and win this one 5-3. So Stevie Deshad comes in and does what a good closer does, just dominates, picks up the save. The Blackhawks improve to 6-4 on the victory with the come from behind 5-3 victory. This was quite a game. The Blackhawks trailed this one every step of the way. They were down 1-0 at the end of the top of the first. They came back and tied it in the bottom of the inning. Plainfield Central would score again in the top of the second. Blackhawks would tie it again. Plainfield Central would score a run in the top of the third. No scoring until the bottom of the 6th. The Blackhawks picked up a couple of runs on a couple of errors, hit by pitch, and Stevie Deshad would come in and lock it down in the 7th inning. So Brock Beatis picks up the win, going 2 shutout innings. Stevie Deshad, the save, coming in, striking out the side. The Blackhawks struck out 13 Plainfield Central batters this afternoon. West Aurora improves to 6-4 on the season. They've won 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5. So Jesus and I will be back at it Saturday morning, bright and early at 10 a.m. Any final thoughts for us today, Jesus?
Let's get another dub. This is an exciting team to watch.
Let's get another dub. I like the way you talk. So for my partner, Jesus Mauricio, my name is Aaron Chellin. Once again, your final score here from West Aurora. The Blackhawks 5, Plainfield Central 3. Have a great rest of your Thursday night, and we will talk to you early Saturday morning.